Today we're going to be covering how to create basic 2D shapes within AutoCAD, and we are going to use a couple different AutoCAD commands to do this. Some of these commands are built-in commands within AutoCAD, such as rectangle command and circle command, and we're also going to be using the line command and Pline command to create additional shapes also. And if you look in the description below, you'll find a copy of the plans we're going to be using to create these shapes, with some helpful tips from there also for you to follow along at home as well. Got all the dimensions and everything you need to create these basic 2D shapes. So the first one we're going to start with is the 250 by 250 square. I'm going to use the line command to do this. So I'm first going to activate my line command, which can be achieved by Home tab and then the line option. Just click that with your mouse, or alternatively you can type L I N E line on your keyboard. Make sure that your dynamic input is on to achieve this, if you prefer typing the commands rather than clicking them. So I'm going to type line and I'm going to select it from the option line. The first thing it's going to do is ask you to specify a point, your first point effectively, and for this you're going to type 0, 0 on our keyboard and press enter, and it's made a point for us at the default 0, 0. I'm going to type my first distance. As you can see, it's got to the left a blue kind of hatch over the top of my numbers there, you can see on the side. As you see, as I drag my mouse, that number changes. See, it's slightly going up, and that allows you to type in values. So I'm going to type in 250, press enter, zoom out, and I'm going to press exit to come out this command, just to demonstrate to you what has happened. And as you can see, it's effectively created a line at 250. That's because we specified the value of 250. This can be done for any value that you wish. So I'm going to continue my line command. I'm going to pick up from this point here, and I'm going to move my mouse to the right, type in 250 again, and as you notice, it doesn't look like anything has happened, but it effectively has. If I move my mouse down, you can see a line has been created at 250 also. So I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to point my mouse down and type 250 again also, press enter, and as you can see, another line has been created at 250. And now I can finish this off by moving my mouse, type in 250 again, or I can press close for the close option at the bottom here, and that will close off my line at the first point. I'm going to type 250, press enter, then I'm going to press escape, and as you can see, it's created a box 250 by 250. This was done with my ortho mode on, tracking a 90-degree angle, just moving my cursor to get the different directions of my lines. So moving on to the next one, which is a rectangle, which is 350 by 250. Going to go to my Home tab above here, and as you can see, you have the rectangle button here that allows you to create a rectangle, or alternatively you can type REC on your keyboard and select the rectangle option here, I'm just going to click a random point, and as you can see, it's kind of highlighted my bottom numbers first, so it's asking for the length of the rectangle first, and I'm going to type 350, comma 250. If you notice here, you'll see a little padlock once I type my first value, and that almost indicates that it's locked my value in place. So that value is set. Now it's asking for the other value, and in my case I'm going to type 250 and press enter. Now look at measurement, you can see it's creating my rectangle to those values there. I'm just going to move my rectangle down below just so it's in line. The next shape we are going to be working on is a circle. As you can see, it's got a radius of 125. So the circle command can be activated through the home tab, the circle button, and as you can see here, it's got a drop down arrow, and these effectively are the different ways you can draw your circle. So if you want to draw the circle using tangents, this is the option you would pick. It's got all these different points here. A useful feature that AutoCAD has is if you hover over it with your mouse, you can see it's got little demonstrations, and they give you an insight into how that option works within that command. For my case, I'm going to use center and radius. So as you can see, the first point it's going to ask is going to be the center of the circle. The second point will be the radius of the circle. I'll say these two are commonly used, I'll say, within AutoCAD. Depending on what industry you're in and what kind of projects you work on, in most cases these are the two you will most likely use. So for my case, I'm going to click top option, and I'm going to escape this just to show you another way of achieving this command. You type circle within your keyboard and press option. You can see there also is within the command line different options also to edit the options within your circle, but I've already set it previously up here to center radius. I'm going to click center, just a random point, and as you can see now, the second point is going to ask for the radius of the circle, and I'm going to type 125, press enter, and as you can see, it's created a circle with a radius of 125. Click in the circle, you have the properties panel up like I do here. You can see it gives you the radius and the diameter and the circumference and the area. It gives you more in-depth look at the circle, and also you could change the radius of your circle through here also. So say you wanted to alter it and make it 170, you'll change it through here, and it'll automatically change the other data accordingly. In my case, I'm just going to change this back to 5. As you can see here, that's my circle done. I'm just going to move this, align it, at the center, midpoint here, tracking. As you can see, that's a circle done. Lastly, we're going to move on to this shape here. I'm going to use Pline to create this shape. Pline command can be activated through the home tab once again, and the polyline button, or alternatively you can type Pline. I'm going to click random points, and I'm going to click here for example. And another handy tip when working within Pline command or line command, and you want to alter your angle of your line. If you press the tab, then allows you to specify your angle. So as you can see to the right, the 80 degrees highlighted in the blue. You can type, for example, 45 degrees, and it's created a line at 45 degrees. Type 300 again, press tab, specify angle of 25, and create this first line at angle of 25. So let me just, as you can see there, it's got a degrees of 25, and that's a very handy feature within like Pline and Line Command. Just gives you more control within the command. And we're going to get back to the last drawing. We turn it auto mode on, so we're tracking at 90 degrees, as you can see here. We'll point our mouse upwards and type a distance of 125. As you see, that's been made here, 125. Now we are going to select the arc function, or type A on our keyboard and press enter. And as you can see, I also have to specify length, and we are going to type 196.35 tab, specify a angle, type 45 and press enter. And as you can see, that's created the first bit of our shape. And now we are going to go back to a line by either clicking the line option in the command line below, or type L, line, then we're going to track to the right. I'm going to type 125, enter, pull our mouse down and type 125 again, enter. We're going to go back to our arc function by either clicking or typing A, press enter. As you can see, I'm still tracking in 90 degrees, and same way once again, I'm going to type 196.35. Going to press tab key once again. So I know for a fact that my angle is below 180, and I know, for example, if I was to go down to 90, is in my case is wrong. So I now know that my angle is less than 180 but greater than 90 degrees. So I can see, for example, now where's polar tracking a line, that is off. I know that I want my line to be in between. So if I was to type 180 minus 90 equals 90 degrees. That is the difference between these two angles. Now I know that I want my angle to be about in between these two angles, so I'm going to divide that by 2 equals 45. So now if I was to take that 45, so that indicates that my angle is about 45 in the middle of the 180 and round about the 90. So as I go down, it's going down from 180. If I was to take 180 minus 45 equals 135. So effectively that is my angle. So now I'm going to type 135, enter, and as you can see, it's created a line in between those degrees. I'm going to go into my line, or type L, line. Now I'm going to track and click back to this endpoint, and as you can see, it's also a distance of 125. So I know that that is correct. I'm going to click endpoint, I'm going to click escape, and as you can see, This measurement here is 125 by 125. So 125 by 125, and this completes this shape. As you can see here, effectively, when looking at degrees within AutoCAD, it works the same way as
protractor.
So turn that auto mode on. So as you can see, this line here is 180, and go to my auto mode. This line here is also 180 at the bottom here as well. So think of your AutoCAD space almost as
a protractor,
and this will also help when deciding your angle and figuring out your angle also. Please let me know in the comment section down below of any CAD related topics you want me to cover moving forward.